loved being able to close my eyes and envision a way that I wanted myself to look, and then take that vision and put a plan together to achieve it. And then take that plan and show up every day and execute upon it. And then the greatest thing is the reward that you get at the end of it, the fruits of your labor, the gratification that the person that you're looking back in the mirror to is the same person that when you closed your eyes and visualized it, that you saw. Welcome to the Superhuman Life. I'm your host, Frank Rich, and this is the only podcast in the world dedicated to helping men break free from the shackles of addiction through the power of faith and fitness. It is our goal with every episode to help you take back control and rebuild your body, mind, and spirit. And we do so by bringing you real and raw conversations with people just like you, aiming to find their place in this world while dealing with the everyday struggles and battles that we all face. Now, it is my belief that we were all created for a specific purpose. And if we can harness that belief or faith, then take control of our mind and body or fitness, then we can ultimately create the life that we've always dreamed about, our own superhuman life. I want to let you know how grateful and blessed I am to have you here with me today. Let's get on to today's show. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a very special episode of the Superhuman Life, guys. I am your host, as always, Frank Rich. And guys, what an exciting announcement do I have to make here today. We have been working day and night behind the scenes over at Rebuilt Recovery to come up with something truly special, truly unique. So I don't want to jump the gun, guys, and reveal to you today's announcements before kind of providing some context and some value for what it is we're putting out into the world and what we're so incredibly excited to be announcing. But like we said, guys, we have a special episode. It's yours truly, flying solo today. It's something I want to get back to doing. Let me know if you guys enjoy these solo conversations. Is it something that you would like? Well, it's not really a solo conversation. It's a solo podcast. I guess a conversation actually takes back and forth dialogue. Or maybe I'm having a conversation with you. Maybe we'll frame it that way. So let me know if you enjoy these conversations between you and I think maybe this is something that I can start doing, hopefully on a monthly basis. And then obviously, if you guys enjoy listening to me speak, about really what we're going to be talking about in today's episode, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. It's Rebuild Your Life. Many of you I know are tuning in and watching these videos every week over there, but there may be a lot of you that are only listening on the podcast side and didn't know we had the YouTube channel. So check us out on YouTube. To Rebuild Your Life. We release these video episodes every Monday, and then Tuesday through Friday, we share more valuable, actionable content to help you break free from your issues and struggles with pornography. So that is our primary media outlet with Rebuild Recovery. That's where we provide the majority of our education and content. And you can also download our free book there as well. So if you guys don't yet have the 7-step guide, maybe you've been struggling with this issue with porn and masturbation for a while, or maybe there's an individual in your life that you know who needs it. Maybe you didn't know that I wrote a book. So I wrote the 7-step guide to living life without porn. It's a short ebook. It's 30, 40 pages or so. I don't remember right off the top of my head, but it's no fluff. It's actionable steps that you can literally start implementing the minute you finish reading it. And it's designed to help you create your life where pornography no longer has an entry point. Because when people ask me, how do I get over porn? How do I get this out of my life? You got to design the life where porn doesn't serve you anymore. So that's a lot about what we're going to be talking about today, guys. But a few more house cleaning items. Obviously, if you're new here to the podcast, we appreciate for you tuning in here today. We're 89 episodes in. We've been at this thing for over 2 years now. And it's evolved and grown, and we've had some of the most amazing people on from all over the world sharing their stories, sharing their expertise, sharing their knowledge, sharing their wisdom. So we're 89 episodes in. So if you guys are new, we appreciate you tuning in, but maybe go back and start at listening to episode 1. That kind of lays the context of why this podcast even exists. Who is Frank, and why does he feel the need to talk every week and share these stories? So that really gives you the back story of me and kind of my journey and my transformation and ultimately what has led us here to where, we have the Superman life, and we also are actively building our company over at Rebuild Recovery. And that's what I'm really more excited about than anything is what we're doing in men's lives through the work over at Rebuild Recovery. So if you guys are new here, we appreciate you tuning in. Like I said, go check out that first episode and then browse around. We've had some of the most amazing people in the world on here, from NFL Super Bowl champion Steve Weatherford to one of my best friends and personal mentor, Josh Cashadorian, who you guys will hear me talk about in that first episode. We've had Dr. Caroline Leaf on, diving into the mind, brain, body connection. And then obviously, Dr. Trish Lee as well, a couple, 2 episodes, diving deep into the neuroscience of what's happening to our brain when we look at this drug known as internet pornography. Dave Asprey talking about the benefits of fasting, et cetera, et cetera. I don't want to go too deep on this stuff, guys, but check out the episodes. And if you guys haven't done so yet and you want to support the show, you want to help us continue to grow and reach more people, you can do that by leaving us a 5-star rating and written review either on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcast platform you are listening to or listening on. And then if somebody needs to hear any of these conversations, and really probably most importantly today's, because I think we're going to really hit a few major points that a lot of you are probably struggling with right now. So if you know somebody that needs to hear this talk or any of the conversations that we had, you can help us grow. You can help them turn their life around by sharing these conversations with them. So without further ado, guys, let's get into today's, content. And it's a question that I've been spending a lot of time these past couple months, 2 or 3 months, really pondering on. And I'll kind of explain how I've gotten to a couple of the conclusions that I've made. And, I'll share with you how I feel my background, my, areas of expertise, if that's what you want to call them, have attributed to this point of realization on where I'm at. But today I want us to ponder the question: can bodybuilding help you overcome your porn addiction? Okay. Can bodybuilding, and does bodybuilding? I believe it does. I believe bodybuilding, and in fact, is a tool, a very strong and powerful tool that can help any man overcome his addiction to pornography. I believe bodybuilding can give us a lot more than just that. But today I want to talk about it specifically based around the content and topic of breaking free from porn. This is the work that we do. This sits at the deepest part of my life's work, and my mission is helping eradicate the world of this epidemic known as internet pornography, known as porn addiction. I don't want to get too deep into how it's stealing the hearts, minds, and souls of our young men, how it's destroying families, how it's destroying lives, how it's destroying relationships. And then, obviously the connection to some of the other evil that we're seeing throughout the world with human trafficking and so forth and so forth. So I appreciate you guys being here with me to get into the weeds here, but let's get to the question. Can bodybuilding, or how does bodybuilding help you in overcoming your issues to pornography? As most of you know, or you may not know, but you're going to know now, a large portion of my identity from 2008, 2009 till 2019 was wrapped up in being a bodybuilder. I felt that it was my value to the world. I felt that it was my value to others. And I felt that if people didn't respect me as a high level bodybuilder, then they wouldn't respect me as a person. So I've had to overcome some of those own, things on my own. And I've talked about that here openly on the show. And as I've been, further and further away from competing, I'm realizing that decade, that time I spent in the trenches, the time I spent focused on physical development, focus on mental strength development, focus on developing my discipline and developing my willpower, has not only carried over into my business life, my entrepreneurship journey, but more importantly, it played a fundamental role in the ability that I had to overcome my own struggles and issues with pornography. So you guys know February 14th, 2019 was the day that all of this kind of turned around for me. And when I made that decision back then, there was no turning back. It wasn't even like an option anymore. And as I've now spent these last 2 years having conversations with thousands of men through our programs, courses, and books, helping thousands of men begin to build a new life. And then in our one-on-one coaching program, helping about 100 men in the last 12 months overcome their issue, reboot, rewire their brain, and begin to work towards becoming the man they were created to be. There were times where I was having a hard time understanding some of their issues. Like, why wasn't as easy for everybody as it was for me? Why couldn't you just flip a switch, make a decision, and then not look back? Why was it that so many men were struggling with keeping their personal commitments? Why was it that so many men were struggling with developing the discipline or maintaining the willpower? So almost in a way, and I hope this doesn't hit any of you too hard if you've been involved in our coaching in our program, but I've realized I've been doing the Men of Rebuilt Recovery a disservice. I thought that everybody saw the world that I did the same way that I did. I thought that everybody understood what discipline was in the same way that I did. I thought everybody knew how to harness and develop willpower. I almost took it for granted in my own life. And over these past couple months, as I spent more time, thinking about this, reviewing our work, looking at trends with our clients, looking at trends with the other men that I'm having conversations with, and then just based off of all the comments on the YouTube channel and the DMs and the emails and everything else, when I just put it all together, I started to see something a little bit differently. And then I'll tell you guys as well, 2019, I didn't set foot in the gym for almost the entire year. 2020 was a slow transition back into training for me, just kind of, reestablishing a better connection, better relationship for me personally with the gym. But 2021 has been a little bit different for me. I've gone through stints of very intense hardcore training focused around muscle building. I've scaled it back and done more performance-based stuff. I've worked with movement specialists. So I've reconnected myself with that part of my life, the training aspect, the physical push mentality. And as I'm doing this, it's bringing me back to what I loved so much about being a bodybuilder. I loved being able to say, I'm gonna transform my physique. I love being able to close my eyes and envision a way that I wanted myself to look, and then take that vision and put a plan together to achieve it. And then take that plan and show up every day and execute upon it. And then the greatest thing is the reward that you get at the end of it, the fruits of your labor, the gratification that the person that you're looking back in the mirror to is the same person that when you closed your eyes and visualized it, that you saw something incredibly powerful to that. Now, for me, yes, I took bodybuilding to an extreme as a competitor. I took bodybuilding to what probably is the highest level that I could. I don't feel that I was blessed with superior genetics in big. I have a big frame. I'm a large person. I put muscle on in some places somewhat easy, but I don't have the frame and structure. I don't have a 27-inch waist. But I feel I did a really good job. But like I said, I took it to the furthest level. Now for you and today, when I'm talking about bodybuilding, I'm not talking about it from the competitive standpoint. I'm not talking about it from the person that's going to take their physique and get it below 4 or 5% body fat and is going to push themselves far beyond a healthy range. Yeah, if you do that, I think you'll grow. If you go into it with the right perspective, you'll grow a lot of lessons from it. You'll develop a lot of character in doing it. Many people don't do that because their motivations in fitness and health and bodybuilding are rooted in the wrong things. So unfortunately, we don't see a lot of this, but we do see it. And we've had some conversations with some successful former bodybuilders on the show. But I'm not talking about, competing. I'm talking about bodybuilding as a concept. I'm talking bodybuilding as an idea. I'm talking about bodybuilding as a way of living and a way of training. I wrote an article back in 2018 on frankrichfitness.com, which it's still up. And I posed the question in that article or in the blog, are you a bodybuilder? My audience in Frank Rich Fitness, we had some people that were competitors, but most of the men that followed me and read and still do read and follow our programs are guys just like you. Guys that are living in middle America, guys that are family men, guys that are working full time. They're taking care of their families. They're serving in their communities. They were just looking for an added layer of training to take their physique to another level. So in that article, I posed the argument that anybody that utilizes training modalities, nutrition and supplementation and other biohacking tools, anybody that uses those with the goal of transforming their physique is a bodybuilder. Okay? So think about, the people that in the gym. Think about the gym that you go to. You're probably going to have some people that fall under that classification of being bodybuilders. They're in there for maybe a recomposition. Recomposition is losing fat, building muscle at the same time. Maybe they're in there to just lose fat. Maybe they're in there to build muscle. But if their goal is to utilize the weights, those tools in the gym, combining with their nutrition to transform the way their physique looks, in my eyes, that is a bodybuilder. And it's different from a powerlifter. A powerlifter is in the gym for power, to get stronger. A strong man is in the gym to get physically stronger and move while carrying that weight. A CrossFitter is in the gym to improve his performance in certain workouts, speed, time, etc., Olympic lifts. An Olympic lifter is in to master the execution of an exercise. An athlete is in the gym to train to get better at their sports. So you see how there's different types of people in the gym. We're talking about bodybuilders. We're talking about people that are using these tools, are using training, and are using the nutrition and supplementation to transform the way that their physique looks. And I'll tell you why I think that approach, that mindset, that mentality can be one of your greatest tools to help you overcome your issue to pornography. Because let's think about what has to happen in you and in your life in order for you to fall under that classification of bodybuilder. So if we know that bodybuilding is the combination of training, nutrition, and supplementation to change the way one's physique looks. In order to do that, we have to have a vision for who we want to be. What do we want our physique to look like? So every bodybuilder is going to go through this visualization process, okay? You're going to close your eyes, or you're going to look through magazines and look through books and look through some of your favorite influencers and be like, that's the body that I want. And by starting there, just like we do in our Rebuilt Recovery coaching, and just like you'll read in the 7-step guide, everything that happens from a successful standpoint in your recovery from PMO, in your breaking free from porn and masturbation, the success is dictated by the vision that you set for yourself and for your life at the beginning. So it's the exact same beginning as bodybuilding. You have to set a vision. Okay, you then have to take that vision and break it down into an actionable plan. Okay, if I know I want to look like X in the next 16 weeks, what do I need to do today, tomorrow, next week, the following week, and then setting checkpoints for yourself as well. Just like I map out in the 7-step guide. If you're going to live a life without pornography, you have to create the life that pornography no longer has the entry point into. Then once you have the plan, you have to show up and execute upon it every single day, without excuses, without fail. This is where you learn the ability to delay gratification. Because if you're serious about this and you keep your commitments to yourself, there's going to be days you need to get to the gym where you just don't feel like it. There's going to be times where the cookie looks really, really good. But because you have a plan and you have a vision for what you want to look like, you build the discipline and willpower to deny yourself in the moment because you're seeking the greater reward. Anybody that's struggling with porn and masturbation right now has a problem with instant gratification. They get this voice in their head, or they get the urge to go look at something because their brain is telling them, like, you need this instant hit right now. But because they're lacking the ability to delay gratification because they haven't developed the proper character traits, they can't deny it. They can't withhold themselves. Okay, so we know bodybuilding is the same as a recovery program because we need to have a vision for our life. We need to take that vision and break it down into an actionable plan. We need to then show up and execute upon that plan every single day. Here's why I think bodybuilding needs to be a precursor to recovery. Because we do want to know that what we're doing is working. We do want to feel and see and be rewarded for our efforts. And many times with something like PMO, with something like overcoming this addiction to pornography, you may go months without really feeling or experiencing or noticing any change in your life. Depends on how deeply wired the thing is into your brain. You know, we talked to Dr. Caroline Leaf, 63 days minimum to hardwire a new habit into your brain. It takes a long time, guys. That's why our program is 16 weeks long. Sometimes that's not enough. But with a physical transformation, with a body recomp, or with a bodybuilding approach mentality, if you keep the commitments and you execute it every day, within 1, 2, 3 weeks, you will see a difference. You will feel a difference. You will notice a difference in who you are, how you look, and how you're showing up. And that can be incredibly empowering to you and to your brain. Because it reminds you that life is not about setting goal-oriented goals or completion-oriented goals. It's not focused on, we don't set goals to achieve something. We set goals to become the person that can achieve it. And by having the mentality of, okay, I'm going to stick to this physical plan over time and then experiencing and feeling the benefits, 2 things occur to you that are fundamental in your success for breaking free from porn. We shot a video on YouTube a couple weeks ago talking about why you need these 2 ingredients in your life. And those 2 ingredients are belief. Self-belief in yourself that you can do what you set your mind to. Because I know right now, if you're struggling with this issue with porn and masturbation, if you cannot get this out of your life, if you just cannot move past this, you've probably tried once, twice, 3, maybe a dozen times before, and you failed. So right now, your self-belief is shattered. And you'll never find success in overcoming this issue without the belief that you can do it. So by utilizing a physical transformation, by utilizing the mentality of a bodybuilder, you begin to build self-belief almost instantly within the 1, 2, 3 weeks of seeing and feeling and experiencing those physical changes inside of your body. Once again, it's so empowering to you to reassure you that when you set your mind to something, that you can do it. So that's the first thing that you're going to need and that you're going to get out of it is this belief, the self-belief in yourself that you can do it. And the second thing that keeps most men shackled to pornography or keeps most men preventing them from breaking free from this because they know what to do. Stop looking at pornography. But they don't possess the necessary character traits. They don't have the discipline. They don't have the willpower. they don't keep their promises to themselves. And many times that starts first thing in the morning. So by joining a transformation challenge or by committing to a physical transformation and getting yourself some accountability, getting yourself some coaching, getting yourself some help, you begin to build the character traits. Character traits aren't something you're born with. They're something you develop over time. And they're something you have to continue to work on and continue to develop. But I think the ones that are most necessary here are discipline. You need to be a disciplined individual. You need to understand what discipline is. And it's nothing more than choosing what you want most over what you want right now. It's a choice. Discipline is a choice. Is what I want most. Is this physique that I'm envisioning in my mind? Is the cover model in the magazine the way that I want my body to look? Am I disciplined enough? Am I willing to choose what I need to do now for the reward later? The first one you need is discipline. Then you need willpower. Willpower is nothing more than having the necessary energy to make the proper choices when faced with a difficult decision. So the more willpower you have, the more discipline you develop. Okay. And both of these come out of doing a physical transformation. And I realized, guys, but that time spent was where I developed unbreakable discipline and unstoppable willpower. And that's why for me, when I flipped the switch on February 14th, 2019, there was no other option. There was no looking back. So we have the tools, guys. Our program, Reboot Your Life, is scientifically proven to reboot and rewire your brain. But why doesn't it work for everybody? Because the guys coming in, they didn't have the beliefs and don't possess the character traits to execute it. So what did I do? Do I scrap the program? Do I say this doesn't work because it's helped too many men? No. I had to jump in front of the plan and figure out a way to give you the belief system, to help you develop the character traits so that you can have the same success that I've had and you can have the same success that all of our winning students have had in the program. Now, I could only work with former competitive bodybuilders, but that would really limit the men that we help and serve. And I could also say, you know what? The only way you're going to develop this is by being a competitive bodybuilder for 10 years, but I don't think that's the case as well. So I realized that if I combined the two, if I unite my two worlds, health, fitness, and bodybuilding, porn addiction recovery, that I could create something that is truly unique in its approach, but also I could create a bulletproof system that could take any man from where he is sitting today and pass along to him the belief system, the character traits needed to find success through our program, and then walk alongside him week after week to implement the reboot and recovery plan, to implement what needs to be done on a daily basis. Then I would be able to help every man in the world that is struggling with this issue, that is ready to commit. And guys, that's why I'm so excited to announce the launching of the first ever Quit Porn and Get Ripped Life Transformation Challenge. Starting on September 6th, 2021, we are looking to take a group of 20 men through the first ever Quit Porn and Get Ripped Transformation Challenge. We will be working through the Reboot Your Life recovery curriculum, 16 weeks inside of our brand new membership site. Guys, this has not even been released to the public, but the same exact curriculum that we developed and perfected over the last 14 months with our one-on-one coaching clients has now been built out and will be delivered through a virtual membership area with weekly trainings dripped out to you with exercises and actionable steps, a Q&A section, a relapse and recovery area on what to do when you're struggling with urges, and a neuroscience section where we feature some of Dr. Trish Lee's work, a meditation and breathing section as well. So we're going to be working through that curriculum one-on-one, in a group setting weekly. But most importantly, we're going to start this by setting out to transform our physiques. So it's a challenge, guys. You're competing against the other men to transform your physique and transform your life. We'll be utilizing the nutritional approach that started this all for me way back in January of 2019. Sorry about that. This whole thing started for me by me going through a 30-day carnivore reset. So we'll be utilizing that nutrition to kickstart it. We'll be following my body rebuilding program, which is based around muscle-centric testosterone training to help you optimize your hormones, to help build muscle mass and burn unwanted body fat. We'll have weekly group calls. We'll have monthly one-on-one calls. And guys, this first group going through this Quit Porn and Get Ripped challenge, got something special for all of you. Birthday's coming up. Guys, my birthday's in a couple days, August 25th. Your boy here's turning 38, I know, getting up there. But I wanted to make something special here for you guys. So down below in the description box, you'll see a link, Quit Porn and Get Ripped. Find more information on this program. And after reading the information, you book a call. And for everybody that books a call before midnight on Wednesday, August 25th, 2021, you're going to be entered into the grand prize $2,500 cash. Yes, this challenge, we are paying the winner. I told you I never made $1 as a competitive bodybuilder. So here you have an opportunity to 2,500x the amount of money I made as a bodybuilder. And you can do it in 16 weeks. So everybody that books their call before 8:25 at 11:59 p.m. EST will be entered into that challenge contest. But like I said, guys, we're starting on the 6th of September, and we'll be running this for 16 weeks. So our endpoint will come right at the end of 2021. So if you're fed up, you're sick and tired of having another year of your life wasted by living in mediocrity, by being shackled to your addiction to porn and masturbation, then the opportunity is right now. Time is here, and you can turn the clock over into 2022, a transformed man in a new body, with a new purpose in life, in a new plan to make that purpose in life become a reality. What are you going to do? Are you committed? Are you ready? So guys, check it out, quitpornandgetripped.com. You'll find more information on the program, but I'm so excited to kick this off, guys. I truly believe that what we're building and what we're designing is going to change the porn addiction recovery space forever. That's my firm belief. I have not seen anything as in depth as this program, and I hope you join us. So that's it, guys. That's all I have for you here today. I wanted to keep this one short, around the 30-minute mark. But check us out, guys. Quitpornandgetripped.com. It's linked down there in the description box below. I hope to see you on the other side. I look forward to talking with you on your call. And I look forward to helping you quit porn for good, reboot, rewire your brain, and do it all in the body that you love. So check it out, guys. We'll see you there. But like we said at the beginning of the podcast, guys, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to leave us that 5-star rating and written review. But I look forward to everybody that is committed in transforming their life. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for tuning in here on a weekly basis, guys. God bless you, and I love you all. We'll see you next week.